The dark economy behind your morning coffee. You pay $3 for your morning coffee. The farmer who grew those beans got less than 10 cents. The rest? It disappears into a system so intricate, so invisible, that even your conscience feels bought. Welcome to the dark economy behind your morning coffee. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and tell me in the comments, how much do you really know about the story behind your cup? Now, let's wake up. Every morning, millions of people start their day the same way, with coffee. It's ritual, comfort, identity. The smell fills kitchens, offices, and cafes from Lagos to London. Baristas pull espresso shots like priests of modern life. It's routine, predictable, almost sacred. But here's the twist. Every sip you take is tied to one of the most powerful, complex, and exploitative systems in the modern economy. A system designed not around flavor, but control. Let's trace it back. That coffee bean started on a hillside in Colombia, Ethiopia, or Vietnam. It was handpicked, often by families, sometimes by children, earning less than a living wage. Farmers don't set their prices. They take whatever the market dictates, a market they don't understand and can't influence. Global traders buy their beans at rock-bottom prices. Exporters take a cut. Importers take a cut. Roasters take a cut. Then the big brands step in: Starbucks, Nestle, Lavazza, JDE Peet's, transforming a 10-cent bean into a $3 cup. The result? Coffee is one of the most profitable commodities in the world, but also one of the most exploitative. It's capitalism's quiet masterpiece, built on the illusion of choice and the comfort of habit. You've seen the labels: Fair Trade Certified, Ethically Sourced, Rainforest Alliance Approved. They sound reassuring. But are they true? Fair trade, in theory, protects farmers from exploitation. In practice, it's complicated. Certification costs money most small farmers can't afford. Middlemen exploit loopholes. Large plantations with better infrastructure get certified more easily, pushing smaller farmers further down the ladder. So while your bag of ethical coffee might make you feel good, it often hides the same inequity, wrapped in better marketing. This isn't justice. It's branding. It's psychology at scale, comfort sold as conscience. Here's something they won't tell you. Coffee prices on the world market are set through futures contracts, speculative bets made by traders in New York and London. That means the income of millions of farmers depends not on weather, labor, or quality, but on algorithms, investor sentiment, and corporate hedging. If a hedge fund bets that coffee prices will fall, the price can collapse overnight, and farmers lose everything. Meanwhile, the big brands protect themselves through diversified portfolios and long-term contracts. The risk stays at the bottom. The profit stays at the top. It's not a trade. It's a hierarchy. 5 companies control over 70% of the global coffee trade. Nestle, JDE Peet's, Starbucks, Lavazza, Keurig Dr. Pepper. These are not competitors, they're collaborators in market structure. They share data, logistics, and suppliers. They shape taste trends, set price floors, and even influence government export policies in producing countries. In many cases, their executives sit on the same trade boards and committees that decide global coffee standards. So even if you think you're choosing between different brands, the profits go to the same boardrooms. Sound familiar? It's the same illusion as supermarkets, just brewed darker. Behind the roasters and brands lie the financiers. Banks and investment firms, JP Chase, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, all hold major positions in coffee commodity funds. They don't grow, roast, or sell coffee. They trade it like oil or gold. To them, coffee isn't a beverage. It's a number on a screen, an asset class. They profit whether prices go up or down. And every fluctuation, every speculative bet, ripples back to real people: the farmer in Kenya, the picker in Brazil, the mother in Guatemala counting coins to feed her kids. This is what makes the coffee economy dark. Not the color of the roast, but the shadow behind the profit. But here's where it gets deeper. Coffee isn't just an economic product. It's psychological. Marketing turned it from a bitter bean into an emotional anchor. Morning energy. Focus fuel. Me time. Every brand sells a feeling, not flavor. Starbucks doesn't sell coffee, it sells belonging. Nespresso sells sophistication. Dunkin' sells speed. They know exactly how to package identity and price it. In that $3 cup, you're not paying for caffeine, you're paying for comfort, ritual, validation. And as long as the emotional addiction continues, the economic exploitation never ends. Now let's return to the origin, the farms. Coffee pickers often work 10 to 12 hours a day. They earn less than $3 for every 50 pounds of cherries they harvest. Many live in housing owned by the same plantation owners, creating debt cycles that trap generations. In Brazil, reports of forced labor on coffee farms still surface every year. In Ethiopia, children as young as 10 work the fields before school. And when droughts hit, which they do, more often now, farmers bear all the losses, while corporations hedge theirs. The people who make your coffee possible are the ones who can least afford to drink it. Coffee is also an ecological paradox. It grows best in stable, shaded, biodiverse ecosystems, but demand for mass production pushes monoculture farming, deforestation, and soil depletion. To meet corporate quotas, forests are cleared. Chemicals replace biodiversity. Water tables drop. And when yields fall due to climate change, corporations move to new regions, leaving behind communities in barren land. What started as cultivation becomes extraction. And the planet pays the price for your caffeine comfort. So why don't we stop? Why does no outrage last? Because coffee, like most commodities, is engineered to feel personal. It's part of our identity. It's how we socialize, how we start the day, how we function. We've built emotional dependence around an economic chain of exploitation, and that's the brilliance of the system. It's not enforced by guns or laws. It's enforced by desire. We crave it. We defend it. We even call it culture. But culture built on inequity isn't culture, it's conditioning. Want to go deeper? Let's list a few examples. That Nescafe jar? Nestle. That Peet's coffee bag? JDE Peet's, owned by JAB Holding, the same group behind Panera Bread and Krispy Kreme. Your Starbucks beans? Processed by the same multinational suppliers as McCafe and Dunkin'. Your local cafe? Probably buys beans from a distributor tied to one of these 5 global corporations. Even the independent roaster down the street likely depends on beans traded through one of these corporate networks. You can't escape the web, because it was designed to surround you. Now, before guilt sets in, understand this: you are not the villain here. The system thrives on invisibility. You aren't supposed to see it. But awareness is the first form of resistance. Once you know, you can choose differently: local cooperatives, direct trade brands, or cafes that publish sourcing transparency. It won't change the world overnight, but it weakens the illusion. Because this system survives through silence. Every time you speak, question, or share, a crack appears. So tomorrow morning, when you hold that cup of coffee, pause. Think about the journey. The hands that picked it. The traders who priced it. The companies that packaged it. And the mind that marketed it. You're holding more than caffeine. You're holding capitalism's mirror, a reflection of comfort built on complexity, and simplicity built on control. That bitter taste? Maybe it's not just the roast. If this story stirred something in you, like this video, share it, and turn on the notification bell for more unseen stories like this one. And tell me in the comments, will you ever look at your coffee the same way again? Because this is invisible economy. And sometimes, the darkest truths are the ones that wake us up.